Good evening, my name is Leonie Rivers and I'm running for band manager. First of all, I'd like to thank all the volunteers and the cooks tonight. It was awesome. And I'd like to acknowledge all the leadership that are running for candidacy for Chief and Council. I wish you the best of luck. And I particularly want to thank all the women that are running because I think it's going to be awesome for the next Chief and Council regardless. And I'd also like to thank all the candidates that are running for band manager, particularly the old timer that's sitting in the second row over there right. So, thank you. My commitment to you is that I'd really like to see two things. One, a community plan. I think it's really important. There's a lot of issues that have been raised by all the candidates, but you need to have a plan in order to implement that change, in order to take a look at an evaluation and assessment of all the things that we can do. There's so much talent and experience and expertise in this community. We can move forward. We need to work together. That's really what I'm talking about. And what I like to do is just say that I advocate for healthy families. It's very important to have a healthy family, healthy home. We need housing. Housing's so critical and education's so critical. They play hand in hand. Thank you very much, and please vote if you want change. Leonie Rivers.
Thank you, Leonie Rivers. So your question this evening is coming from governance, and your question for you is, how would you, as a band manager, inform people on important decisions, especially youth?
Thank you for the question. It's an excellent question. How I would inform youth is very similar to how I would inform Chief and Council. Working hand in hand with Chief and Council, working with communications. The biggest thing is to communicate. We've got so many tools and resources. We need to utilize them. We need to prioritize. What programs for youth that we should move forward with? What are the mandates and the priorities for our trust funds? What is the mandate that we're looking at the next 10 years? Never mind every 4 years. What's our plan for the next 10 years? We need to come up with a plan. We need to address our outstanding issues for our elders, the poor conditions of some of the homes. As I've been out campaigning, a lot of the elders are really, their homes are in disrepair. The water in some of the homes and the condominiums particularly, and some of the elders that need assistance in the different communities. I think we need a community plan, we need to prioritize, and we need to vote as a community. What are our priorities? If it means taking a 10% cut on their salaries, then let's do it. Let's build homes, let's get programs in to educate our youth and move forward. Experience and education are always number one, and I have a lot of good background in economic development and business, and I can see that I'm working with Chief and Council to prioritize which economic projects we need to use, which major projects we use funding for, and then put it back into our own communities, into some of our projects that we need to address. Those are the things I think youth need to know. Those are the things that youth need to understand when they get up here, when they're 10 years older. What is it that they can say they achieved? I particularly really love to acknowledge the elders that have passed, particularly the chiefs. When I first came in, as Chief Dick William mentioned, before we went into the election system, we really had strong leadership. They came in evenings and worked for you. And I think that's what we should think about as we go forward. Thank you very much for your time, and please encourage you all to come out and vote. And if you have any questions, I have a pamphlet out the back, and I'll be going door to door as usual. The next person to come on up or come on down is Josh Joseph.
And Scott.
Go Niners.
Sia mas usual Chris Pachnomia, Sia Siopa, in Secleton, Sailor Kusham Snap, the Nachin Stop and Solomeo. Good to see you all here, friends, our dear chiefs, our wonderful elders and relatives. But Semoto is my ancestral name. I come from this wonderful village we're all on here today, the Stockman's Village. I grew up here. I just want to once again thank you all for your wonderful support in these last 4 years. It's been an amazing experience. And my vision for the next 4 years, if elected onto council, is to once again develop and help grow our economy. As our population grows, our needs grow. So we need to we need to bring in new revenues to meet those needs for our people. As well, my passion is to work with youth and youth engagement. So we, as leadership, need to support the vision of our young people and empower them because they want to be engaged, they want to have a voice at the table.
Yes.
And so what I've heard in my last 4 years from the youth is that we're not only the leaders in the future, but we're leaders of today. So I want to thank you once again, Chico Mentomia. This feels really good in my heart to see you all here this evening. I'll see you.
Spenzemotto, hot swallows. So your question tonight is coming from education. And your question this evening for you is, in regards to education, do you think it is fair that only some children get funding from private schools? Do you think public school students' sports, music programs should be given extra funding since private school is more expensive? Brackets, all children should be given equal opportunities.
And that's it right there. All of our children should have equal opportunities. And I understand that it does cost a lot more money to fund private schools, but a lot of our children have special needs and need to go to those special private schools. So I agree that we need to have that support system for our young people. And in terms of music and athletics and stuff, yeah, we need to support our young people that have a dream, that have a passion. And so we as leaders need to put where our mouth is, and that is supporting and putting more funds towards our students, and to once again help them and guide them to meet their goals and their dreams and aspirations. So that is what I'll bring us to once again supporting our youth and our students in our education. And once again, that's working with our education department and developing those policies to meet those needs for our young people. So once again, I want to thank you. It's also on and great job. And I just want to thank you all once again. You're all in awe. All right, our next speaker is Chapkania Seyam, Chief Janice George.
Way to go, Josh. Way to go, Josh.
As we're getting down to the bare minimum of the list now, I wanted to just take a moment to thank each and every one of you for your patience and time. For this is a lengthy process, but yet this process does perpetuate things, and it can be trying at times for some more than others. But I want to thank each and every one of you again for your time and patience.
Tanoya Pitsaquatos, Ayas Chaptanoya, Ayas Chaptanoya. Peace to each and every one of you this evening. I'm really proud to be standing here asking for your vote for council. I have so much hope and belief in our future. I think we stand on the shoulders of many brilliant people. We stand on the shoulders of our ancestors. That is why we're here today. That's why we have this land we have today. That's why we have everything that we have, because our ancestors took care of it. Took care of our land, took care of our people, and thought about their great-great-grandchildren down the road. I think that is a great foundation to base our nation on. Base our nation on the beliefs and the teachings of our ancestors and our elders. I think once people know who they are and where they come from, it makes a great foundation for thinking when we think about the Constitution, when we think about governance, when we think about a financial foundation, and that'll take us into the future.
Yes. So your question tonight coming from the cultural category lessons. Would you like another question? Okay, so repicking the question for you out of the cultural category. Many nation members train related language and cultural issues, making them afraid to engage in programs. How will you make these members feel safe and have them come out to participate and share their stories?
I think in programs that I've done before, maybe they weren't in language, but in weaving, and I think it will transfer over, is to bring our elders out and pull our elders up and have them pass on the knowledge that they know to the youth about the language. I think our elders are one of our greatest resources that we're not tapping into. Because I know some of the elders are going to the high schools and working with the children. I think having a healthy community, working on residential school issues, working on other issues of grief and loss, I think that would go towards helping people be able to focus on the language and not have to focus on getting through it every day. I think that's one thing that we need to work on in our community. And I think it's a way to get our children out and our people, not just the children, we need the parents to come out as well and work. I learned from my grandmother who said, for many years, I'm going to teach you a little bit every day, just a little bit every day. And that's what she did. And what I know of the language now, and what I teach to other people is what I learned from my grandmother. So I think that goes a long way, having our elders pass on the information. And Ocean.